Brews and Banter.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, Roman, how are you?
I'm doing great. We have a guest with us today. Her name is Gabby, but I'll let her introduce herself. Before we get started, we just want to say thank you to our sponsor, Big Oyster Brewery Company. They invited us over to an opening of a new beer, and we celebrated with them, and they're big supporters of veterans. So we want to
And
say thank you
military.
to them. Yeah. Hello, Gabby.
Hi, I've made it.
Yeah.
You're busy, so thank you for making time for us.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, this is the busiest time of year for me, actually. The spring and fall are just a whirlwind of chaos, but amazing chaos. Like I'm happy to be here.
I want to let listeners know really quick how we got in touch, and then I'll let you kind of take over and introduce yourself, and we'll go from there. So I was
Okay, sounds great.
scrolling on Instagram, and I saw your short story from like your beginning, how you started, working on cars in your driveway to where you are now. And I thought the story was so fascinating. I was like, we need to talk to her. Like, I love it. And you're located in Utah, is that correct?
Yes, I do live in Utah. That's my
Yeah,
home.
and
Let's go the Utah connection here.
I used to live there too, and
No way.
yeah, I still go there and visit. I went to Highland High School, um, and it just I love it. I miss the mountains, and we used to do a lot of hiking and trips. Actually, my wife and I we went there and we rented a car, and we hit I think 4,000 miles total, but going to all these natural parks like Zion, Bryce Canyon, all that stuff. But that's a long conversation. So, anyways, I saw your story. I saw you were from Utah. And I was like, man, we need to talk to you about this. This is awesome. I feel like it kind of gave me an idea. Like I wanted to find more Instagram um, users to share some of their interesting stories. And you started as a mechanic, correct?
Well, how did you get into it,
Actually,
I suppose you?
I was a high fashion model for 10 years. There's more
Okay.
to this story,
Okay,
boys.
I'll let you
So
take over. So
let's cheers first so we can
yeah,
get into it.
cheers.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you've done, and I was kind of reading, your bio and just some things, but there's a lot of different areas you're involved in.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I sometimes wonder why I'm so exhausted like this last year and a half. And then I look back at all the things that I've done. I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Sure.
why I guess tend to get myself into a little bit of everything. But I just get so excited about everything. I want to do everything. I want to activate on everything and, say yes to every really cool opportunity coming my way. And, I've been, very grateful and for everything that's happened. So it's been a wild journey. So, buckle up, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm a car builder. I drift. I also am an outdoor enthusiast. I ride mountain bikes. I hike. I whatever, right? I do it all. And I got started forever ago. Basically, the Instagram post that he's talking about is I finally got my first shop, and I'd been working on cars for about 11 years, and I finally just bit the bullet, invested in my own shop, got like a lease signed for multiple years, and now I'm making it pink. So it's great. I'm here for it. And I posted like a story of like all the shops that I've kind of been in, and I started on a gravel driveway for many years, and eventually just found my way into sharing a shop space with multiple people, and eventually just got to where I am today. But what that didn't include was everything else in the beginning. I grew up actually on a horse farm. My mom was an on-site barn manager. So I lived on like 500 acres and would go play outside in the mud in Virginia. Like I'm born and raised from Virginia. And I like right around my teens, I was riding horses for somebody. She was like an actor. Her mom was an actor model. And they're like, oh, you could be a young Sophia Loren, who I think from the 70s was a really famous actor or model at the time. And, me over here, like, psh, whatever. Put some thought into it and was like, well, maybe this could pay for, I wanted to be an artist. Like, this could pay for art school. Like, I could go to college. Like, this would pay for it. Like, in my mind, thinking that models make a lot of money. And around then, I also lost my dad to suicide when I was 14. And then kind of, like the life got really chaotic then and kind of like lost everything that we had. Like my mom and dad had a business together. So that like flopped. And it was 2008. My mom couldn't get a job even at Walmart. And I just remember having to like sell our house and like just move again, and like no more horses, no more nothing. Like, that was it. It was all gone. So I started playing with the idea of modeling again, and like kind of went and found like a mother agent. And I was even thinking that this could help, like if we needed more money as a family, like could keep us together, maybe keep our home and that type of thing. So I was in the high fashion world for a lot of my really important teen years that, I still deal with the negative effects of today. But I lived on and off in New York City. I went to Miami. I went to California. I lived in Thailand for like about 6 months at some point. And I remember it was Thailand that was really bad because after being there, like when you think of high fashion, where do you boys think? Like where in the world do you think high fashion?
Like Milan, Italy,
Paris.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Milan, Paris, New York. You don't think of Thailand. You're
Right.
like, why are we all here? Come to find out that the agencies were basically owned by men that were looking for girlfriends.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to a
Mhm.
degree, like it wasn't all bad. Like I did get some work, but the environment wasn't great. And I came back and I just like quit. I was miserable. I was living out of a suitcase. I didn't make any money. I actually owed a bunch of money because the agencies will take these girls, and a lot of them are Eastern European. A lot of them don't have a lot, and they front the money, put them in model apartments, and basically give them allowances so that they could afford to live in these places. So I didn't end up making enough money to pay for all of that. So I owed money. And I started serving tables, just whatever I could to make extra cash. And I was like, well, I need to buy a car. So we're going to save up some $1,800 is how much I saved up for my 1986 Honda CRX with flames on it and a flying eyeball. It was perfect. I wanted something cheap to buy and affordable to fix, but I didn't want to be like everybody else with the Civic. So I found the CRX, and I didn't know how to drive a manual. I didn't know anything really about cars. And the guy that I bought it from taught me how to drive stick and then drove it to my house. And my poor mom, she's like, okay, Gabby. And silly car. And that was like when my journey started. I just remember driving it. I fell in love with driving it because there's no driver assist, so no power steering, no ABS, no airbags, no nothing. It was just me and the road and this little dinky car basically. And it
You
would break, it would have issues, and I didn't have any money to fix it. I was still sending money to my agency that I owed money to. So I basically saw a lot of like my dad's old tools and was like, well, I'll figure something out, I guess. And
Yeah.
I felt so fulfilled when I would fix something and it would actually work. Like, oh, I did that. Like it was like that feeling of fulfillment that I actually did something with my own two hands, like something within my control, and it was better because of it. There was just that feeling was, and unlike anything else that I had, especially in a life of where I just had no control over anything. Like that was the one thing that gave me freedom. It was something I was able to do and like I don't know, I got creative, I got fun. And, I started finding community because I would try to find other people like that had the same car as me as I was learning more about this unique, quirky car that I had and how to fix it. And, anything from a thermostat to changing the wheel to rebuilding the transmission to an engine swap I did first in that car.
Mhm.
And I became absolutely obsessed that I was like, well, I could buy another one and another one. It got bad.
Sure. So instead of purses and shoes, you're just collecting vehicles.
Basically, I was over the high fashion thing. I was over the facade that everybody thinks it is. I was over being put on a pedestal. Like I was over just people being mean to people. Like the industry is so toxic. I was just over all of it.
And being taken
So-
advantage of for sure. Yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah,
Yep.
we don't even need to go down that rabbit hole. That's
Yep.
a whole other podcast.
Yep.
But there was one time the car got into an accident and I was
The
devastated.
car did.
No, the car got into an accident. Well, it was in a parking lot and someone just backed into it. But
Oh, okay.
because there aren't any so it got into an accident. I didn't do it. There are no parts really available for that car because the fenders are made of plastic. The nose panel's made of plastic. So you can't buy. So
Right.
the insurance just wrote it off. And I was like, well, I guess I'll buy another one. And I bought it on eBay. Looked great. California car, no rust. It gets shipped to my house, and there's like a rust hole this big on the passenger side. And I'm like, what am I going to do?
It's a
So I
parts car.
Yeah.
well, I didn't know what to do because I then had two cars. One was in an accident that wasn't going to be on the road, and then one that had a giant hole on it that couldn't be on the road. So I eventually just taught myself how to swap the entire front end onto the other one. And then, yes, it became a parts car without me intentionally buying a parts car.
Nice. I have to say, when my friend had his CRX and we worked a lot on it, it is really easy car to drive, and it's good on gas.
Yeah.
The funny part was,
manual.
and I don't know, maybe it was his specific vehicle. If we drive uphill, the gas tank needle shows full. If we drive downhill, that needle would drop. I was like, this can't be normal.
It's automatic refilling. There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So-
no, they're fun little cars.
So you
for
pieced
sure.
the other one together?
Yep. And then I'm still driving that one. And my mom's like, what are you going to do with this other one here? And I'm like, well, Mom, I'll buy another one. And then I'll put all those parts over. So I eventually at one point had 4 of those first generation Honda CRXs. It got bad. But I found community in it. I found going to car meets. I found friends. I found like a sense of belonging that I never had before. So it became my life. It became everything.
Mhm.
And then I started taking it to autocrossing. So I figured if I could modify it and make it work again, what better way to test my abilities to work on cars if I go then race it? If I do something to make it faster and it actually works, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've done autocross for a little bit, and I had a Mini Cooper. I bought a Mini Cooper just for that.
It was really like this size.
So-
They're fun cars to drive, and they're really, really capable. Like,
They are. I
yeah.
did a run as stock so it could have my base numbers, and then I can work off of it with modifications so that I'm like, okay, I need to stiffen up suspension, too much roll on this turn, do something with acceleration. So as I did work on it, I had my base numbers. I would always compare it. And I have to say it, depending on a length of the track, obviously, but that 40 seconds or whatever, what a rush. And sometimes some of the drivers, and I found that community as well, like these people who are so passionate and they want to help you. There was another guy with a Mini Cooper, and he was like, hey, can I go on the next run with you? I'm like, absolutely. And at the end of the run, he was like, man, I haven't been in the passenger seat, but man, what a rush. And I just love it. And it's like you're so in the moment. You kind of like see those turns before you approach. And people talk about tunnel vision. You kind of get that tunnel vision because you're so focused on getting that just right, without like hitting the cone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really fun. If anybody has an opportunity, make sure you're with the reputable, autocross community that's safe and takes safety serious, because some people can really. I've heard stories and I've seen accidents. Just you got to be careful.
Yeah. So don't do what we did on Sunday in your current car, because Roman has a problem with not modifying.
I can't have a vehicle without.
So we coated this thing and I think we got up to like 450 horsepower or something like that.
Yeah, I currently have an X3 BMW. It's like this fast crossover SUV, I guess you can call it. And,
Like a Mini Cooper on steroids, right?
most of my
you go.
modifications are bolt-ons and tune, but you don't mentally expect the car to have the kind of power, because you're getting your brain registers, oh, I'm in the SUV, and then when you do the launch control and you take that foot off the brake and it launches, man, you get goosebumps in your skull. Like,
Yeah.
and it's this weird feeling, because it's like, what? That doesn't make sense. I think the brain's trying to register that, and it's that shock. But it's fun. It's not something that I would, do anything. It's just I can't leave things stock.
But your CRVs don't have any electronics, right?
CRX.
CRX, yeah. You don't have any electronics in there, right?
I mean, I had things like a digital clock.
No, I mean,
and
like,
turn
yeah,
signals
performance.
and headlights. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. So yours all bolt on also. I mean, is that what you're drifting with?
Oh, no. So, what do you mean by bolt on then? Like,
Well, like, so Roman's talking about tuning it through the ODB, OBD.
Yeah, the computer electronics on the CRX is not the same as
Mhm.
modern cars today.
no,
Right.
I didn't really have one. I had like a
Yeah.
distributor and a distributor cap. So any of the modifications I did would be more mechanical
Yep.
than electronics. So I did what I could.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I would take it. I would do suspension work. I would do whatever I could. I would put in polyurethane bushings and, really feel the difference.
Yeah.
But no, that's not what I drift with now. Those are front wheel drive cars. And I
Okay.
had, the CRXs, and then I bought a Subaru WRX, and that was my first turboed car. That was really, really fun. And then I got a BMW actually to start drifting. And I haven't really turned back since because I tried it, gave it a whirl, and was like, this is really, really fun. And it's really, really affordable to do. I was able to drive my car to the track, drift it, or at least attempt to drift, and then drive it back home and it'd be in one piece. It'd be leaking a little bit of oil, but that means
It's a
that there's
it's a
oil still in it.
BMW.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you still got some.
Exactly.
Did I see a Mustang? Were you doing something with a Mustang before?
No, I've never owned a Mustang
I thought I
actually.
saw something with a Mustang, but yeah, whatever.
So your current vehicle for drifting is BMW?
I have the BMW 46 and I have a Corvette that I drift with. So the Corvette I just built. Well, I say just built, and I started on it this time last year. Like I did everything. Like it has a roll cage in it. I built the engine from the block up and suspension, angle kit, all of that. So I have two drift cars that I drift with. One is my lower horsepower car, and one is my more higher horsepower car that I take to like bigger tracks.
Are there a lot of drifting tracks in Utah?
Not really. We have Burt Brothers Motorsports Park, which was Larry H. Miller, and they have a circuit track that they let us drift on, a parking lot, but that's kind of it within like a 8 to 10 hour radius. Like Denver, Colorado has a couple. Las Vegas is down there, but that's about a 6 hour drive. And then anything more than that, you just headed to SoCal in California.
Yeah.
Is there a dream car?
There is. It's not as flashy as maybe somebody else's fancy dream car, but I would love to have a FD 1994 Mazda RX-7, and they're stylish, they are iconic, and they have what's called a Wankel engine, and instead of like your traditional pistons that go up and down or side to side, they have like this diamond internal piece that spins, and it's basically powered by Doritos or shaped like Doritos. And it's so cool. It's called a Wankel engine. And I just love how stylish, but like incredibly unique that this car is. And one day I'm going to have one.
Yeah. Rotary engines.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
those are things they drink a lot of oil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
You got it. You can do it.
I know someone here with that RX-7, and I'm just like waiting for him to say I want to sell it. He's got the RX-7, he has a 91 NSX, and he's got a Evo World Edition 95. So it's like these rare cars.
So he's sitting on a JDM gold mine, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and he's not doing anything. They're just sitting around, and it's sad for me to see them in that condition. I was like, please store them, please sell them, do something, and then please make sure you get hold of me anytime you want to get rid of them. It's
gladly
just
take one off your hands.
sad. It's sad. If I'm not in position to buy it, I'll be like, I know someone who buy it. I'll reach out to you.
There you go. I want the first right of refusal there.
Yeah.
Now, do you only work on your cars?
Mostly, like I'll pick up side projects if I want extra cash, but I basically just build my own stuff. So I started social media and found it by accident, just working on my own cars, and it just kind of exploded. So I now just document what I do, share my journey, and post that on social media. And it seems to resonate with people whenever I'm learning something new, or whenever I mess something up, or whatever it is that I'm experiencing, people seem to want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
So
good.
I don't really want to deal with anybody else's projects and
Sure.
unfinished projects.
Yep.
I recently saw you went to Keen Factory.
I
What?
did. Oh, look at you! 3 set of Keens.
I love Keens. I have a couple sets, and I like the ones that say made in US. We like to support US made products, and they're just my go-to. It's the boots that I feel comfortable with. I have a white foot, so oftentimes when I get boots, they either too tight or the heel's too high, and these are just like I can hike a mountain, I can work in them, and they're just be around the shop, working on the car. They're comfortable.
It's early November here, and there's 6 or 8 inches of snow on the ground now.
Yeah,
It's been snowing for like a day.
Already?
What the fuck? Yeah, it's fucking shitty. I don't even want to live here.
you just no.
I'm so miserable about it.
You want to be close.
Yeah, I just want to go somewhere else.
So how did that happen? Like, did you reach out to them? I love the whole tour of the factory, and you guys got to kind of do hands-on stuff.
Oh yeah, no, it was so cool. Keen is such a incredible, thoughtful, considerate company to work alongside with, from their hiking boots to their work boots. I have not worked with or worked in a pair of boots that have felt as light, comfortable, and as supportive as honestly, I love my San Jose's the most. I just got a new pair of the Kenton to try out and the carbon fiber toe. But their agency reached out, and they were launching like a new all women's one of their shoes they were launching, and they were looking for people to work with. And they found me. They liked that I was already kind of like wearing work boots and working on my own cars. And they're like, hey, like, we want to work with you. Let's do this one-time campaign. They were doing like an article and wanted to use like my content for part of their launch. And part of me was just like, you know what, let's just tell my story. It always does well. Like, people seem to resonate with it. So I made one of the pieces of content about like, oh, this is my shop, but I haven't always been here. And this is before I have the shop that I'm in now. This is like another shop location I was at. And they really seemed to resonate with it. And they reached out. They're like, hey, like, we would love to partner with you, like, be a full-time ambassador and, basically become an ambassador instead of just like this one-time campaign deal. And then they brought me on, and they've been great ever since. Like, they listen, they send out great boots, and they show us what they have in the making. And they're really, really pushing for more women specific footwear and really trying to be innovative and changing the market, which I really, really can resonate with. Because sometimes you need to, do what you can to make a change.
Yeah, and we try to support that. I mean, as much as we can, women or small business.
I like the companies that listen and take feedback from consumers, because that's what matters. You're getting a genuine response to your product, and if you listen to them and you make the changes and you work with them, you have good customer service, loyalty, and in the end, you get a good outcome of the product. So I love that. I've been wearing Keens for over 20 years, and seeing you going through the whole factory thing, I was like, oh man, that's awesome.
It was pretty cool. I was pretty grateful. And then I have those boots still, and they're probably some of not only the cutest and best looking boots, but they feel good on my feet too.
That's important, that your feet are you take good care of your feet, especially if you spend a lot of time on them, carrying engine blocks and parts.
Exactly. Like, in the shop space. That way I can still go hike and walk and dance and, I don't know, do whatever, I guess.
and I also been seeing that you've been driving a Bronco. I love Broncos.
Oh my gosh, I love my Bronco.
I have an F-150 truck that I love that thing. And I said to my son, I said, if I ever part with this truck, it would have to be replacing a Bronco. So
you'd be replacing it with a Bronco?
I'd be replacing it with the Bronco. Yeah, sorry.
2-door or 4-door?
4-door. Yeah. 4-door. 2 doors are kind of cool because the first Bronco I ever drove was actually in Utah, and my cousin bought it from this old guy for like $100. I'm like, you bought it for $100? It was the 2-tone brown with the cloth seats that had like this like that Native American print on it.
Yeah. The Aztec looking thing.
Yeah. seats, and it was in great condition. So I drove that thing. I was like, man, this is so cool. But the new two-door Broncos, I feel like the height and the width, it might create too much body roll. So
Mhm.
I like the four-door one, especially Raptor.
Oh my gosh, the Raptor.
That thing,
Talk about a thick car. That car, and that's
that thing is
thick.
a beast.
It's
But
so good though.
yeah, if I ever
I
replace,
feel like you two need a moment alone.
yeah, I saw the test runs of the Bronco Raptor, and I was like, are you kidding me? Is this like a real vehicle?
Yeah.
But tell us, share a little bit, like what's your experience? What are you working on with Ford, and what are your thoughts on that Bronco?
So finding the Bronco was, I wouldn't say an accident, but probably one of an actual decisions that I made. So after 2020, like a lot of tracks were getting shut down. The EPA was cutting down and really being difficult to work with. And um, basically, the ability to be able to tune cars and have street cars was, it looked like it was dying. And it's something that we struggle with today. So I'm over here like, okay, what do I do? What's going to be the next thing? What's going to be where I can grow as an individual, as like a creator, like thinking more marketing wise. And I saw that Ford had just announced their new Bronco, and just people are putting orders on. And then I also saw so many people exploring the outdoors more. Like the outdoor space was exploding with people wanting to get outside, like the van lifing, rooftop tents, like all of it. You could just see it. That industry is just exploding because everybody's wanted to be outside after being inside for so long, that I ordered a Bronco, and I told myself, okay, in about 2 years when it actually gets here, I'll be able to afford it. Because at the time, I couldn't afford that car. And then after like about a year of another content and whatever, doing what I'm doing, I got a contact. So Ford had started reaching out to agencies asking, hey, like we're looking for Bronco ambassadors, like we're starting this new program. And obviously that agency knew me, and I had one on order already and got me in contact, and we chatted and found out a way to work together. And now I work with them on their Bronco ambassador program. And it's amazing because they've created such an eclectic, amazing, talented group of individuals, from fishermen to skiers to car people, like anybody you can imagine that is doing something active, fun, and outdoors, like they have found to be a part of this program. And it's been really, really great. Like I've been taught how to off-road. I've been shown so many parts of the US that you can only get to off-road. And I've made a ton of friends. But honestly, I did not think that I would like my Bronco as much as I really do. Like I do genuinely love it. It like is beyond capable of what I need to do when it comes to being off-road. It's the only car that I can go get my groceries in, go do like a black diamond off-road trail, and then air up the tires and drive back normally. It's pretty awesome. Like instead of having a truck, a trailer, and a Can-Am to make it to the trail, I'm like, I'll just take my Bronco. This is much easier.
Sure.
And like it's been amazing, really, like working with Ford and having a Bronco and just being a part of that off-road community. Like the off-road community is one of a kind for sure. Like they're way more inviting. Just they want everybody to be safe, especially like outdoors, out doing it, trails where possibly nobody's at. Like it's just about exploring and respecting the outdoors, which is pretty
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Another brand working with people, like just trying to keep this community together and really show how versatile these vehicles can be. Um, Keynes, Ford. I love that. I wish more companies would do that.
Krebs, are you working with Krebs?
I am working
Mhm.
with Krebs. They
Mhm.
are a lift company out of Brazil, and they are recently breaking into the US market, and they reached out to collaborate, and they made me my very own pink lift.
I saw that.
The first
I saw that in your shop, and then I want to talk about SEMA, right?
Mhm.
And there was a video where the guy said they printed these 3D printed or whatever, these little toys that you can assemble.
The little mini lifts.
That you autographed them. I
Oh,
was
they
like,
were adorable.
what a great concept! That's so fun. Tell us about that trip to SEMA. I seen every year. I just watch them on YouTube, and every year I say I have to go to one of these.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, you have to. It's so amazing. It's a lot. So you have to plan several days to go because it's so huge. It takes up the entire convention center. You got West Hall, North Hall, Central Hall, South Hall, and in every like on every side of the convention center, there's so much going on. Like you have the Optima Drift ride alongs, you have the Hoonigan Burn Yard, and then they had the off what is it, the Horsepower Rodeo by Weston Champlin. So much going on and so many things it is to see, so many amazing builds, so many new products, and it's just a huge convention center filled with people of the same passion,
Yeah.
and it's unlike anything else. Like I just, whenever I leave SEMA, like my cup is always really full. I get to see all my friends from all over the world at SEMA, and it's just, it's special. It really is. Like it always gets to be pretty hectic, but it's always worth going and working with brands there and chatting to people and seeing like these builds that just have so much passion behind them. Like one of my favorite I don't know how would you call it. It's not an exhibition, but basically the Battle of the Builders, where people spend all year building a unique piece of art. At the end of the day, it's just beautiful what the cars can come out of Battle of the Builders, and then they kind of decide which car is the best car, like which one is going to be deemed the best build of the year. Um, and I think that's like my favorite is just seeing everybody's um what's the word?
Creations, right? Yeah.
Thank you. That's the word. Everybody's unique creations.
But it's
So you
just,
should definitely go.
I'd get so overwhelmed just to see everything. Like I want that, and that's cool. I take that, and I wouldn't even know where to stop.
Some of the build on my truck was inspired from SEMA. I saw a Leichner design rack on SEMA. I was like, I want that on my truck. And then and I found out it's made in US. There's a guy who actually makes it. He's in California. And they're this amazing modular system. And I got that on my truck and I get stopped all the time. They're like, what is that? Like I have people at the gas station walk up to me and like hold on to it and like try to shake the truck. I'm like, it's on there solid. I have a rooftop tent on that, and I drive on the highway, it can handle it. My son and I, we drove from here to Utah actually. Um, I was going there to see family. And then him and I, on the way back, we went to like Yellowstone. We did some off-roading in the canyons. Um, we got lost. We saw like ram
Oh yeah.
up in the mountains, and it was pretty cool. It was such a cool experience. But yeah, like SEMA, it just inspires me sometimes to get ideas to do stuff on my vehicle. Um, but I can't imagine what it's like to be there. And I saw you did the drift right along.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
Yeah, that was really, really fun. It was in one of the new Nissan Zs. Like I think it's the 400Z.
Yeah.
And it's just all these drivers are so talented, and just even though I drift, it's still an exhilarating ride. Just being in the passenger seat. Yeah, it's a lot. Like you guys should definitely go. You'll be extremely overwhelmed the first time going, but after maybe a couple of years of going, you'll won't be so overwhelmed. You know what to expect. But I agree to your point of feeling inspired by builds at SEMA. I always leave feeling so excited and so inspired for whatever is going to come for 2026. It's good.
Right. I forgot to ask you, what kind of engine is in your Bronco?
It's the V6 single turbo.
It's not is it EcoBoost or no?
I'm pretty sure that's the EcoBoost one. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I should know, but I really don't.
My truck has EcoBoost, and people
It's
always
a six-cylinder, right?
6-cylinder EcoBoost, 3.5 liter, twin
Oh, it's
baby
not the 3.5.
twin baby turbos, and
Baby.
but a lot of my friends are like, "Oh man, it's gonna fall apart. It's Ford. Those engines burn out." And guess how many miles? It's a 2015. Guess how many miles I have on it?
And you do road trips. You drove from New
I
York.
drive it a lot. I've driven to Utah, driven down to like North
That's 10
Carolina.
years old. In my mind, 2015 is still 5 years ago. 100,000.
230,000 miles.
How have you
Yeah.
driven it that much? Do you Are you just here in the podcast room and then in your truck the whole time?
We need to do a podcast from the truck.
Yeah.
There you go. Just confirming.
From the rooftop tent.
I'm not doing that. That's
Oh, that's weird.
That's weird. That's where I draw the line.
So no, I mean I'm on the road often. You know, my career, my trade is I'm in construction and real estate. So I drive a lot. I do a lot of road trips. I go hunting and hiking and all that stuff, you know, snowboarding and stuff. So especially with my son, like he enjoys those things. My wife and I, we started taking my son camping when he was 1. We would bring like a pack and play, and that's where he would sleep. And so he's been outdoors with us often, and every year would go camping and hiking and these things. So I put a lot of miles on it. And it's just preventative maintenance, right? Like if you take care of your vehicles, they can last a long time. I think there's a lot of neglect in taking care of your vehicles. I feel like some of the younger people, they just don't understand the machine that it is and what it takes to operate, you know, the liquids it requires, the lubricants and all these things, and you know, keep up with your oil changes. And you know, I have flushed my transmission fluid 3 times already.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is original on my truck except one turbo. I just had it changed, like I don't know, a few months ago. So
It's pretty impressive.
yeah, so if you keep up with maintenance and just stay on track, you know, if the manufacturer says, "Oh, you're good with 10,000 miles with the full synthetic oil," no bullshit. I do 5 to 8,000 at most.
Mhm.
I just and I researched specific viscosity of the oil that I want to use on my truck, so that's consistently I've been using that oil and K&N filter from the time I purchased the truck.
Yep. Especially
So
with how cold it gets in New York, you need to make sure you have
yeah,
the right
yeah, yeah,
viscosity.
yeah. And you know, and those are the kind of things that are important. You know, I like to research, and I encourage anybody when you want to do something and upgrade or buy something. I mean, Frank wanted to buy a new car, and it's not even for me. I spent hours researching like which one he should buy.
Aw,
You know, like
a
I
good
get
friend.
excited.
Yeah,
You know?
It's expensive, friend.
Well, I mean, you know, if he buys it, it's technically your car too, right?
Right. Exactly.
That's
Part of the
right.
buying
We're still not
process.
camping together in it.
Yeah. So
No, I agree that I don't think a lot of this younger generation, you know, they don't keep up with maintenance of things or they don't understand it. But at the same time, I don't think our society is that way anymore. Like, look at our phones.
yeah,
Like, we're meant
yeah.
to get a new one every 2 years. Like, look at our clothes. It's all fast fashion. It's not made it's to last anymore. Like, nothing's made necessarily to last anymore. So, why would a car be any different if everything that we have in today's society is like throwaway?
Yep.
Yeah, we're very wasteful. Like we just
Mhm.
like waste a lot of stuff. It's like, oh, forget fixing. I'll just throw it away and replace it.
Unless you're Gabby, you can fix the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Let the Lucy ride tidy. That's what I tell my friends.
Modify it and make it
Yeah,
faster.
Exactly.
I have how many cars have you drifted, and are there any cars that you had a difficult drifting?
My Corvette is the most difficult car that I have to drive and have drifted because the chassis itself has a lot of mechanical grip, just the way that the chassis is. So basically, when I'm sideways, the car is constantly trying to straighten up and go straight. So it's great for time attack or drag racing and all that, but drifting can definitely be complicated. And it's just having the right setup, and your setup is constantly changing on the temperature of the track, the temperature of the day, or what track you're doing and how fast everything's going. I've drifted a handful of cars, like a couple of S14s, a couple of 350s, a couple of BMWs. And honestly, I love driving my BMW. It's very modular. It likes to be sideways. It's a lot more forgiving than the Corvette. Like the Corvette, it just like you're driving it balls to the walls the whole time. Either it's all brakes or all gas or it's going straight. Like there's no half throttle here or half input here. It's full commit and go. And it's it can be great when you know how to drive it and you're used to driving that, but I consider myself still like more of like a novice intermediate driver of, learning how to tandem and all of that. So I'm still learning. So it's not an easy car to learn on.
Is
Does that make
there a
sense?
lot of women doing this?
There are now. There weren't really in the beginning. Like when I first started, hold on. I just dropped something. We're all good.
That's
Hold
right.
on.
Go ahead.
Is it the
We're gonna
pier?
make a break.
Is it the
Whoever's
pier?
editing this is the cut. 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 There we go. My laptop just got unplugged because I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs. No, so there are a lot more women in this industry. When I first started, I think I was one of the first ladies to really post about me working on my car and speaking to camera. And I even had like a podcast back in the day for women and blue collar women. And now to see the amount of people and women in this industry it's amazing. Like
Sure.
not even just cars in general, but blue collar alone, like, plumbers, electricians, and, women just not being afraid to get out of their comfort zone or not afraid to, okay, cool, I can do this too. It might be more difficult when it comes to strength or whatever, but that's not specific to women. Like there can be, smaller men out there or whatever, but
Mm.
it's cool. It's inspiring to see. And it's really cool to see the community grow. And, there's more ladies like me out there. And
It's funny you say
know.
that because just today I walked into the studio and I was showing Frank a video on Instagram. I said, "Dude, check out this woman here. She's a trained engineer and she does like heavy equipment operations and working on engines, train engines." I was like, so again, like
Wow.
I saw something like that. I was like, man, maybe we should reach out to her as well. I love bringing that awareness. I think people automatically dismiss that. Like they'll see, oh, you're a woman, you probably work office desk or whatever whatever the
Stereotype.
common stereotypical, yeah, woman trade would be. But I
That's
love,
a weird
I
looking
love that. Like,
kitchen.
Yeah. Right.
yeah, that. I
I get
love that
that comment a lot.
you get dirty, you like work on cars, you drift, and it's like that's exciting. Like, why shouldn't women also do that too?
Mhm.
And really not just your story, but what you're doing is what kind of sparked the idea. Like, we got to reach out to you, and it'll be fun to have this conversation.
Oh, thanks. Love that.
So
No, I think we need more. We need to do more, and uh, you're kind of like what gave us the idea. Like, we need to do this more. We
you're our inspiration.
yeah, inspiration.
Thank you.
Um,
There's a lot of amazing, talented women out there, and I love to see it because I think that we have a lot to offer that hasn't been explored, if that makes sense, like a different way of thinking, a different
Mhm.
perspective. And, I think that we have a lot to offer in all of these industries that haven't had, women figures in them. So
Mhm.
I'm happy to be an inspiration
Yeah.
and hopefully to have more badass ladies on there.
Yeah. Agreed.
Absolutely.
So you hear people with these like aha moments. You know what that is? Like you see like aha, like
Uh-huh.
So do you have an uh-oh moment? Like oh shit, like I shouldn't have done that, or I'm close to that wall, or I'm gonna hit this, or this is gonna be bad, or something that turned out
Oh,
right for you.
yeah, pretty regularly. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever, I hit like what do they call it?
Sidewall or
They're not banners, they're not sidewalls, like the bumpers basically. Not like the bumpers of the car, but like, yeah, when I run into something, when I go off track, or I've broken a transmission here and there, I've broken a bolt off this, and I'm like, uh-oh, I used the wrong tool for that, or uh-oh, that was a little too tight, or uh-oh, did I even put oil in this? I forgot. Like, yeah. So
it's
you have a lot of that working on cars, and
Sure.
it's part
that's
of the
funny.
journey.
Tightening bolts. I was helping Frank with changing snow tires, and he's like, "How tight do you tighten the lug bolts?" I go 2 ohms. Oomph.
Like with the breaker bar, like it's tight enough.
I
Can't
can
go three. You can't go three. You can't go one. It's gotta be two.
2 ohms.
Yeah.
What
What is it?
what do they call it? The German spec? How many Ugga Duggas?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's German, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what we should do.
Okay.
Nice. So how is your new shop now? Like, is it one car, two cars? Like, how many lifts you have? Give us a little visual of your of new uh shop. Not just us. I mean, we saw some stuff on social media, but if there are people listening.
Yeah, so it's not the biggest. It's about 750 square feet flooring with like a 200 square foot loft area. So I could fit a handful of cars in there, but not a lot. I have one lift. So I could fit one car on the lift, one car underneath it. And then if all the cars are small, I could probably fit one in the back. And I have these black and gray checkered floor tiles with like some pink accents, and the shop isn't done. Like, I have a lot I want to do. Like, I'm still trying to find some storage solutions so that way everything has like a place. And then ideally, I would like to turn the loft area into more of like a hangout spot with like a couch and maybe like a simulator or something like that. Right now, it just has a ton of tires and storage up there.
A beer fridge. You need a beer fridge there. Yeah.
Right? Or we were
Yeah.
talking about a rotisserie. Like, I got, or if you put it in a shower, like I got running water. Like
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
huge.
Sure.
That's awesome.
It's yeah, it's not a lot, but it's a lot for me, and it's a really big milestone, and really facing my fears of like how like making the commitment of like paying for it and not having a backup plan. So
Yeah.
so
It's
far we're good.
It's really inspiring just to look in your Instagram page and see that story you shared that caught my attention, and just kind of I went back and looked at the cars you worked on and how you progressed. It's inspiring. It's I work on the cars for a while, and I'm sure there's probably somebody else, maybe someone young, maybe there's a young girl who has this passion in cars, but she doesn't have the support around her. But you see people like yourself. I hope that whatever inspires them, they chase that dream, and just want to say also thank you that you're doing that.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to do it. Right. Just
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my heart. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a wild journey, and I'm just trying to be the person that I needed when I was young. Like I said, I didn't have like a father figure or male figure to show me the industry, to show me racing or anything. Like, I found it all by accident. I found it all by my own passion and going after it despite, at the time, the amount of people that would just look you up and down and question why you're even there. I was
Mhm.
like, well, I'm still going to be here and do it anyway.
Yeah.
It might take me 10 times to figure it out, but I'm still
Yeah.
going to figure it out. I have plenty of time in this gravel driveway. I just quit my
Yeah.
first career.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and you can't give up, because that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's unfortunately a big part of what happens in this world now, especially towards ladies.
Mhm.
It's just a judgmental sort of guy driven industry. I mean, you see that, like Brittany Force, and you see these kind of people, or Danica Patrick at the time, and these or Mika. Was it Mika Hakkinen? Is that a girl? The Formula One racer?
I don't know for
I don't know, but either way, there's a lot of women that are in this that
Mm,
have done what you've done. They've not given up. So
yeah. They
thank you
paved
for not
their own
giving up.
path.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank
it's
you.
inspiring. My son's not old enough to drive, but we do have a simulator like Gran Turismo, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing that game since the first one came out. But now,
It's
It's
really
probably
good.
still the same one.
I feel like I continue to live my childhood with my son.
Yeah.
We have a
Aw.
simulator where you sit down. It's got a steering wheel. It's got a racing seat, and I have my racing helmet from autocross. I go put that on.
But you're wearing a helmet in your house.
It's more of
Oh my
like
god. He's probably just like
The
in his underwear too.
experience. It's
Yeah,
the
it's probably just in his
experience.
underwear
it's
too. That shit.
experience. I gotta get
Weird.
more screen up close, so it's like wrap around.
You need like fans so that way you're like going
Yeah.
fast. Like, you feel like the wind,
If there was only a way to feel the G forces, that
right?
would be awesome. But well, again, Gabby, I want to say thank you. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody? Just say thank you, and
Or
that's
anything new
supporting
coming up
you.
for you?
Anything new you want to announce? Something new coming up?
I mean, I always got something somewhere up my sleeve. I even surprise myself half the time. But if I were to thank anybody, it would be to thank my audience, the people that continue to support me, the brands that continue to support me. Like, I never thought in a million years that I would be here working alongside some of the best manufacturers and the best brands in the world who just resonate with my journey. And like, I would not be here if people didn't want to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm given a platform and I'm given an audience like I'm forever grateful for. And I'm happy to be here. I'm stoked to be here. And I promise I'll always stay true and genuine to myself for you guys.
Amazing.
And thank you for
We'll
letting us be a
continue-
small part of it. You know,
Yes, thank you. We'll continue
Thank you
to
for giving me a
follow.
platform to chat.
absolutely, anytime. You're welcome.
Looking forward to watch you grow. And next time I'm in Utah, maybe we can connect. It'll be fun.
You do a podcast in a garage, in the loft.
Maybe we can do a tour of the shop, and maybe if there's a cars and coffee or something, we can do a meetup.
Oh yeah, we can do a shop tour. We can
Yeah.
do the cars and coffee. We can go to the sand dunes. We can go out into like the mountains. Like go off roading. We can go to the track. There's tons of stuff to do out here. It's Utah, you know.
My son was there for a few weeks during summer break, and my nephew, I asked him, I said, can you take him to some cars and coffee? Because my son and I would like to go to car shows here. We go to IMSA at Watkins Glen. You know, it's fun. But yeah, maybe we can connect and do something.
Yes, for sure. Let me know when you guys are ever in town.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
I'd love
Thank you,
to.
Gabby.
Thank
Stay
you.
tuned, okay?